Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video on the channel. Today we have some spoilers coming in because I've been in the PTS testing out the new Ghoul update, finding out how you become a Ghoul, what's involved, what's the quest line like, looking at the perks, all these bits and bobs which I'm going to be sharing with you in today's video. I've also got some more videos that I will be trying to get made and sorted out over the next week or so about the Ghoul kind of update and everything that you need to know about that. So if you are interested, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video as well if you enjoy. So before I dive in, there will be spoilers, so don't watch if you don't want them. I will keep as much secret as I can so I don't spoil all of the kind of quest and everything like that for you, but I will show you the kind of individual main details. Alright, diving in and finding out how you actually start the quest. It's called the Leap of Faith, and to start the actual quest you've got to go onto your Pip-Boy and listen to a distressed signal. This then will guide you over to the White Springs Resort, where you will meet a new NPC character called Lehman. Basically, when you get there, in short, you'll have a long conversation, but he's basically got a week left to live unless he finds some alternative way of staying alive. Spoiler alert, of course, that is becoming a ghoul. Now, Lehman does need some help in his endeavours to do this, so basically you've got to guide him and protect him to kind of finding out this new radiation specialist. Now, this part of the quest takes you up to the very far top right of the map, where you'll find a new location called the Hillside Cavern, which is basically this new retreat for ghouls where they come and hide out basically and live here out of the way of humans who kind of all treat them in a different kind of way and don't treat them as well as they should. When you get there, you realise that Lehman's being held captive by these people to a degree, held at gunpoint, and you've got to kind of talk them out of it, ensure that you're there to kind of get help from them, and you're not posing a threat or anything like that, and you're actually there to help. They'll then send you over to the Emmett Mountain disposal site where you've got to go collect some radiation goods to kind of help them with their experiment, which will save Lehman's life. Now, once you are there, you get this kind of weird interaction between Asher, who is one of the kind of tough guy ghouls, so to speak, and one of the Emmett Mountain kind of workers who he's going to kill, and you can either let him kill them or you can talk them out of it. It's completely up to yourself. I'll let you guys experience all that conversation yourselves when you get to play this when the update does come out. But basically, once you've decided to do whatever you want to do with this person, you then will head back over to the Hillside Cavern, where you can then convince Lehman whether to be a ghoul or not. After this is all done, the main scientist will kind of say to you that they want to experiment more and make more ghouls because ghouls are amazing and this and that, and then you'll get the option to become a ghoul if you want to. The transaction is very easy. All you do is breathe in an inhaler and go in this like radiation chamber, and then you are literally a ghoul, and just like that, in 30 minutes of gameplay you will complete the new quest and you will become a ghoul. Now, to me personally, I did want a bit of a longer quest line with this. I hoped there was going to be a bit more. Finding out that you can complete it in 30 minutes when you're taking your time, if you want to skip over the audio you could do it even faster, was a little bit disappointing, but it was quite cool and I did enjoy it for what it was, I suppose. And being a ghoul is quite cool. You find out this new location, which I'll not show too much, I'll leave that up to you guys to kind of find out. But it's quite cool, it's just like a little retreat, reminds me of the railway from like Fallout 4. But yeah, I didn't dive too much into this location. No doubt there'll be some cool stories and maybe a side quest. I don't know, that'd be quite cool if there was. If there isn't, I'll be a bit disappointed. There's definitely some little bits of wandering around you can do there to kind of explore the location. Alright, so now that I am finally a ghoul, and I've got to say, that was pretty cool, I do like it, and there's some weird kind of new camera angle, like if when you're walking around and say, let's look to the left, look at the camera angle, like, walk slowly and turn, look at that, how strange is that? That's pretty cool. That's some like new feature. Like your head's turning but you're still walking the same way. That's pretty cool. Anyways, let's take a look at the new Ghoul Perks. We've got one that is called Arms Keeper. This one says your sturdy arms reduce your ranged weapon recoil, increasing accuracy by 15%. And this has 2 ranks going up to 30%. The next one is called Bone Shatterer, which is for melee weapons. It says your melee weapon attacks have 50% chance to cripple a limb, your melee weapon chance have 30%, and then 45%. So a pretty solid one for a melee build. Following that, you've also got Brick Wall, which is only 1 rank, but it does cost 2 perk points, and that is going to be called When Your Glow is High, makes you immune to staggering attacks. The next Ghoul Perk is Radioactive Strength, and this one is expend a moderate amount of glow to deal 50% more damage with power attacks and bashing. This goes up to 100 and then 150%, so it could pretty much be a pretty powerful perk, especially if you're going to be running a kind of glowing ghoul build. Now that is something which I haven't fully explored yet, so I will be exploring that after I've made this video to try and get another video out to you over the next week or so to try and work out what that's all about, what it's like, if it's really overpowered, and just what to expect from it. For perception now, the first one is going to be called Breathe It In. This one is going to be rad resistance is reduced by 50, reduced by 100, and reduced by 150. Next one is called Eye of the Hunter, which is your vision allows you to be more accurate in VATS from a slightly longer distance, and it goes up and up until a very long distance. Another one in perception is Glowing Hunter. This is traces of glowing blood now have 50% chance to appear on animal corpses. I'm presuming this just helps you find and track down enemies. Whether or not it's a useful one, I'm sure it has its perks, but from that kind of description, it's a bit kind of brief, to be fair. Now the final one for perception is called Rad Reaver, which costs 2 perk points, and it says dealing non-automatic melee damage provides a small amount of glow. So I'm presuming what this means is your glow meter will go up, and as your glow meter goes up you're going to be doing more damage, so this perk is going to be helping with that, especially with your melee builds. For endurance now, the first one available is Chem Diet, where it says chems are 25% more effective at reducing how feral you are, and this goes all the way up to 75%. Another endurance one now is Glowing Gut, where irradiated food now grants 100% more rads, irradiated food and drink now grants 200% more rads, and irradiated food and drink grants 300% more rads. Thick Skin is the next one for endurance, and this one says you take less damage from ballistic attacks, no power armor. The next one is you take more less damage from ballistic attacks, you take significantly less. I wish this was just in numbers rather than just saying these words. That would be a lot better so we could actually compare what resistances it was giving you and stuff. But yeah, probably a decent one for a defense type of perk. Moving on to Charisma now, we've got Feral Presence. While feral, reduce your target's damage output by 15%, and it goes up to 30% for attack for 5 seconds. Another Charisma one is Moral Support, where when on a team you become feral 50% slower. Finally, the last one for Charisma is United Ordeal, which is while in a team with another ghoul you gain +1 to all special stats. Then it goes up to +3 for all special stats as well, so kind of like Unyielding in a way. For intelligence now, the first one is Bomb Scientist. Expending glow makes your throwing grenades deal 20% damage all the way up to 50% damage at rank number 3. Mad Scientist is the one following that, where we've got energy weapons expend a small amount of glow per attack for +10%. That goes all the way up to 20% damage at rank 3. Another one now in intelligence is going to be Rad Specialist, where reduce 15% of rad resistance on armor and power armor, double if wearing a matching set. And that goes down to a bonus of 25% at rank 3 as well, and you get double that if you've got a matching set of armor. Now the weird thing is, at rank 3 it doesn't actually mention power armor, whereas the other two do, so does rank 3 actually kind of link with power armor, or does it not? Another intelligence one with a cool bit of art is Science Monster, which says while you have glow, gain 5% bonus damage for 10 seconds upon getting hit, with the max one giving you 15% for 10 seconds. Moving on to agility, we've got Action Ghoul, where the power of glow makes your AP regenerate 15% faster, up to a 45% bonus at rank 3. Another one in agility is Gun Tricks, where your enhanced reflexes allow you to reload a weapon 10% faster, up to 30% faster, which I actually think is a pretty good one, to be fair. I actually like that. Another one in agility is Hyper Reflexes. When your glow is high, gain a 10% evasion chance, and then it goes up to 15 and a 20%. You've also got Jaguar Speed, which is you can now sprint 10% faster when your glow is high, up to a maximum of 20% at rank number 2. And moving on to the last category for luck, you've got the Battle Genes, where gain 2% per second while in combat. You can also gain 4 points of health per second while in combat at rank number 2. Faulty Spots is one which gives weak point damage an increased 15% damage, so potentially a good one there. Glowing Criticals, when your glow is high, gain 20% bonus critical damage up to a maximum of 50% while in VATS, passing you a total of 3 ranks for this perk. Now finally, the last Ghoul perk that is available is going to be the Wild West Hands, where you get 12% chance to instantly reload your entire magazine, 24% and then a 36% at rank number 3. Overall, some decent perks in there, so not too bad of a selection, and there's quite a few to select from as well, so good kind of variation of different ones. Now for the next part of the video, I wanted to check out that bit in the patch notes, which I haven't actually showed in this video, but hopefully you've seen it in a previous video I mentioned, where basically it said that being a ghoul could lead to NPCs reacting to you in a different way. It wasn't there word for word, but it was that type of thing. So I was really interested to see how the main locations on the map actually reacted to you being a ghoul. For this I travelled to Foundation, to Fort Atlas, and also to Crater. Now all of them let me kind of walk around without being any kind of weird reactions. No one even mentioned the fact I was a ghoul, which I found really disappointing. I was really hoping that people would speak to you in a different way. I was hoping maybe they would attack you like Brother to Steel. I thought would just generally open fire on you walking around there. Crater I thought would be fine, and I wasn't really sure about Foundation. I thought maybe that would also be fine, but I was also just interested to see. Now all of these gave me really disappointing reactions because none of them reacted. The only difference was you can't go into the actual instance locations in these areas because it just comes out with a message saying they might react to you differently. Now I found that really annoying. I thought they would actually just let you do it to find out what the reaction would be, and I was hoping to make some cool videos of different reactions, and literally it was nothing. Now another disappointing take on this was I went to Charleston to see how ghouls would react to you being a ghoul now, and when I went inside, lo and behold, they attacked me. They didn't realise I was a ghoul. They didn't think, oh, it's a ghoul, let's not attack them or anything like that. I don't know if that's just because all ghouls are meant to kind of attack each other, but then that wouldn't make sense because ghouls never attack each other in the game, so that doesn't make sense unless feral ghouls just attacked human ghouls. But how would they tell the difference if you just kind of try to blend in? I don't know, but it was really annoying. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments, but personally for me, it's a bit kind of a letdown. Now the way around this and to get through places and get into like the main locations of the instance areas of these places is to set up and put on a disguise that you can see me walking around in. This is a disguise that you can get from someone inside the Pleasant Hills at the Hillside Cavern, so you can get that, but you can't take it off manually. You actually have to go back to this person and take it off, which I also found really annoying. I don't get why you can't take off an outfit yourself. I thought that was just stupid in a sense. Now if you do decide that you want to be a ghoul and you want to change back, there is an option to do it. You just go to your main menu and then go over to your character. Then as you can see on the bottom, it's got the button to revert to humanity. I'm hoping this does not break my character and ruin everything so I can't test it, but let's just test it for the sake of the video. Are you sure you want to transfer back to human? Now, I do not want to go past this point because I still have videos to record and do that, but that's all you basically do. That's how you revert back to being a human. Once you do that, you cannot go back to being a ghoul. Alright, you'd have to make a new character and then do it through that one. Now finally, just to touch upon, I want to have a little look at the patch notes just to kind of explain a few bits and bobs around the different variations of ghoul that you can be and the kind of bonuses you can get from being feral and also glowing. This is just the bit that was posted on the 20th of December, so I have read this through on the channel before, but now we're talking about the ghoul update and showing it off. I thought it would be kind of relevant for the video. So as you come down, you've got the different abilities here. So you've got two different abilities, the glow variation and the feral variation, and this says becoming a ghoul sheds the need to sate your hunger and thirst. Instead, you battle against a gnawing desire to slip back into your base nature, abandoning all sanity you might have had. The new feral meter drains over time and can only be filled back up by consuming chems. You may not want to keep that meter 100% filled though, because your feral status provides different bonuses and penalties depending on how full the meter is. So if you're above 80% on the feral meter, just to put this into kind of a, I don't know, so you can understand it better, when you, let's minimize that for a second, in the game right now, in the bottom right, oh, it was there, the feral meter should be there at the bottom right. It's kind of disappeared now, strangely. Oh, there you go. I've opened up the Pip-Boy and now it is there. The really annoying thing is it's currently positioned in the bottom right of the screen behind the food and drink bar, and it's kind of really like inconveniently placed because you can't fully see it. So at the point right now I'm probably at around 80%. That's a like little something I would feed back to Bethesda just to fix, because you can't really see that bar properly behind the hunger and thirst little things in the bottom right there. Now coming back to the PTS patch notes, as you can see we're going back down to this. So we've got above 60% you'll gain plus 15 max health. Above 40% you will lose -1 endurance and -5 max HP. Above 20% you lose -3 endurance, 15 max health and minus 10 AP. At 0%, you will gain plus 200% melee damage and lose 5 endurance, minus 30 max health, minus 20 max AP, minus 300 hipfire accuracy, and VATS accuracy. A few people on the team have known to call it Ghoul Zerker or Ghoularian mode. So basically, if you're feral, your melee damage is going to be absolutely insane. So definitely something to test out against just some really tough enemies in the game, I suppose. Like back in the day when you could do the Scorch Beast Queen and kill it within a few hits, like give it a go, see how good you can do against it in like a private world or something. That'd be quite cool. The glow kind of attributes, whatever you want to call it, as you might expect when living as a ghoul, radiation does have the same effect on you as it does on a smooth skinned. You're immune to, or doesn't have the same effect, sorry. You're immune to diseases and cannot be mutated by nearby radiation. As a ghoul, radiation makes you glow. This new ghoul system increases your maximum health and heals damage you've taken. Based on the amount of radiation that you've accumulated, your glow can be tracked by the green striped pattern on your health bar. Consuming tainted foods, drinks, and exploring irradiated environments all contribute to your glow. If you hear that Pip-Boy ticking, the radiation is hitting. While you're in power armor, your radiation intake can be seen on the RADS dial next to your health. Outside the max health increase glow provides, it also contributes to perks like the Science Monster and Jaguar Speed perks mentioned below, which we just covered a moment ago. So that is something else to kind of dive in and check out, which I will be doing after this video is posted and stuff. When I get a chance, I'll sit down and have a little look at these different little features of being a ghoul, we'll call them, and see what it's all about. Overall though, I did enjoy the quest line. It was very short, I will say that. It only took 30 minutes to do. You literally go and collect some stuff and come back and then just say I want to be a ghoul, and that's literally it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.